everybody. How you doing? I'm not doing a rebellious Ruth countdown. We are just playing it live. Woohoo! So we watched the rugby. Yay. Okay, not so yay. Hello everybody. We didn't win that test, but look, we got promising players. Some of them, okay, they're still testing them out. So yeah. Hello Nikki Nell, how's it going? Hello everybody. Hello Bazzy. Hello Cam. Yeah, how's your weekend been so far? Listen, this weather in Gauteng has actually been really, really good. Considering it's been a glorious, warm, lovely day with lovely, cool breeze. But I'm telling you, it's coming. It is coming. Hello, Nick Muller. How are you, sir? Yes, and I've got a guest with me tonight. It's the lovely Laurie. Hello, Law. Bastard. We like to keep it real here. Yes.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks
We
for
actually
having
haven't
me.
we actually haven't discussed what we sort of spoke about a couple of topics in the week. Do you recall what we were going to maybe discuss?
Yes, we well, you wanted to discuss everything, and I think that's actually good. Just to get away from the serious tone of everything that's going on. The world is a mess, we all know it, but you don't have to, we don't have to talk about it all the time. I did want to touch on something that is lately I've been seeing a lot more of, and that's parental alienation.
Okay, so what would is that one parent to another parent's prohibiting access?
It's not just, it doesn't even extend to, or it's not limited to just the parents. I've seen it where grandparents do exactly the same thing. So maybe mom's parents don't like the dad, so they will do everything they can to either they'll badmouth him to the child, which I think is absolutely unacceptable. Doesn't matter how bad your ex-spouse is or your ex-partner is, you do not put them down in front of the kids, because it doesn't make them look bad necessarily. It makes you look bad, because why does mommy say all those bad things about daddy, or why does granny say all those bad things about
True.
daddy?
And they've found studies that it impacts on the child, because the child can't help being half of that other individual.
Well, not just that, but I mean, you can be a great mom. If you put your ex-partner or the children's dad down in front of them, they're going to start losing their respect for you as a parent. Doesn't matter how fantastic you are, because as adults, we're not supposed to do that,
Yeah.
So anyway,
but I think there are so many young adults out there who actually don't know how to be adults. I think, and one of the key things I've learned in the last, I would even say shockingly, in the last year, is good boundaries. Good boundaries, like they say, good walls make good neighbors. Good boundaries make good friends, and also makes you become more respectful, because it just puts a line there where you will not be accepted to be treated like poo. So yeah, it's important.
my stepdad, he was not the sharpest pencil in the packet, but he used to tell me that I got my license before I got my common sense.
Listen, I think back in the day we got a lot of things that. I mean, now they're talking about making the drinking age 21. I don't know. I mean, my teenager doesn't drink necessarily. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's not saving anyone or anything, because the Shebeen tradition has already been established. There is not a parent that I know of, and maybe I grew up in a really rough crowd, that might be the case, but I don't know a dad who has refused his child when he said, please let me have a sip of that beer or the wine or whatever the case might be. I mean,
yeah. And they usually go, ooh, or they go, how do you drink
well, that's
this?
the thing. Most of them go, ugh. I mean,
Yes.
apparently, I have little oral babies, and Didi was 2.5, and without me even noticing, she had picked up my bottle of Savannah cider that I had next to my chair, and she'd started taking swigs. And I hadn't noticed this until it was way too late. And but she must have had about 3 sips, and then she categorically refused to hand the bottle back to me. So she was the one exception to the rule. I know for a fact that I didn't develop a taste for beer until I was married to Jeff. So Yeah, I think it's responsible parenting, but it's not responsible governing. Trying to raise the legal drinking limit, because again, it's such a they're trying to find solutions in wherever it's wrong. It's like for example, now wanting to fine people or impose taxes on people who want to go solar. So they
Mm,
expect us to pay an extra 1,000 rand a month for solar. That's not solving the problem. Like illegal electricity connections or anything, that's basically just taxing the sun. Similarly, co- they God, I'm brain farting because I'm thinking of so many different things, but like raising the fuel price,
mm,
that does not help anyone.
no.
That just makes everything.
Wait, what's
So
happened to your?
they're going about this. No, sorry,
Wait,
I
don't
think it's
fidget with
this
your.
connection.
Okay, so
I'll
I
keep in your
see
life, thanks.
someone's agreeing with us. I mean, I just say thank God we didn't have cell phones when we were younger, because my God, the crazy shit I used to get up to. Not that I was ever irresponsible, I don't think. Maybe in hindsight, looking back now, I think, okay, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Um, but I think if you're not going to, I'd rather say to my child, sure, not a child. Okay, let's speak. I'm talking young adult, teenager. Hi, Alison Johnson. Hi, Smonby. Um, have something in front of me, or have a little swig of something in front of me before um, going out and doing it behind my back. But they're quite capable of doing it behind your back. And I think having an open door policy is better, or having arranging a kids party with maybe two beers or three. I don't no, not a kids party. Okay, wait, I'm sounding crazy. Not kids. I'm talking teenager,
Teenagers, yeah, no,
older teenagers. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
So it's I you of all people know the issues that I have with our government, starting and it, again, isn't limited to them trying to police everyone. They want to take guns away from law-abiding citizens. That is
Yeah.
going to be no benefit, because right now, as a law-abiding tax-paying citizen,
Mm,
I have less rights than a criminal who comes into my house, tries to hurt my family, and tries and takes my things.
mm,
So but by them, again, we're back to raising the legal drinking age. That's not going to stop the irresponsible people from drinking. It really
or
isn't.
giving copious amounts of non of bad illegal alcohol, like stuff brewed in the back of garages, to minors. No, and
Well,
stuff
that's the
that.
thing. And I mean, education begins at home. It's not in schools, and it's not the government's job to teach. It's the government's job to govern, right?
Mm,
But
mm,
you have a 16-year-old. You're going to say to him, listen, you can drink behind my back. That's up to you. But woe betide you, I get you at a hospital, or I get you in a police station, because you are going to face the brunt of it.
mm,
You will be made to pay the Pied Piper.
mm,
It's about telling them this is what you can expect. Underage drinking leads to unwanted pregnancies,
mm,
accidents, a criminal record, whatever the case might be.
mm,
So either you choose your path now, but doesn't mean that I might not necessarily find out. It's just, how do you want me to find out? Are you going to be upfront and say, yeah, mom, occasionally at a party I have a beer, or whatever the case might be, or we get knackered, or do you meet him at a police station saying, ma'am, your son got drunk and he took someone's car and he ran somebody over? You
God
know,
forbid. No, that's.
that kind of thing. So education starts at home. You need to,
Mm,
and again, that's another argument where you say, all right, so with whom can you have that discussion, with whom you can't? I
mm,
know, out of my kids, I know with whom I can sit down and have that chat, and
mm,
who I need to,
mm.
which of my kids I need to wait before I,
Yeah. What
you're a
was?
parent,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many parents are in the comments. I know some are, some aren't. But yeah, remember the lockdowns all. No, that was it was hysterical. And the ironic thing is that everyone, like, don't leak the paper, and by banning cigarettes, everyone ended up sharing it. So yay, go herd immunity. Woohoo. Woo,
Well, let's
but
not forget which parts of our society did not pay any heed to the lockdown. It was,
Yeah.
middle and upper class citizens who were,
Who did?
diligent.
Mm,
They
mm.
stayed behind locked doors. I mean, I was nearly arrested for accepting an Uber Eats delivery outside my house. I literally went barefoot. I went into my driveway where the Uber driver had parked. I wasn't wearing a mask because it was on my fucking property. I went to the passenger side to take receipt of the item he handed me, and
Mhm.
the police van pulled up behind us. And he started yelling at me, "Where's your mask?" And I said, "Well, I'm on my property. I'm not required to wear a mask on my property. Do you see this? This is a driveway. There's the curb. Everything within like half a meter from the curb is my property. You must wear your mask. You must wear your mask." And the neighbors were coming out to look. And then I said, as loud as I could, "Do you need me to put on my shoes? Are you going to arrest me now?"
It's
And then he drove
unbelievable.
off.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. The Cape Townian police did seem a bit harsh. I don't know about the rest of the country. Look, there was, but I really actually, to me, it's like all some horrible nightmare that people are not even yet awaking from. But yeah, yeah, you know, it's
Well, I
what it
mean,
is.
they arrested that couple on Muizenberg Beach. Literally, the little toddler, she's just starting to
Mm,
walk. There is no way you can get a hold of a toddler. If they start to walk, they don't want to be carried. It's just a fact. Anybody
mm,
who's ever
mm,
had a kid or ever experienced a kid would know this, right? So
mm.
she ran onto the beach. He followed her to pick her up and bring her back, and for that he
And
got
they arrested
arrested.
him. Mm,
And then they
remember
arrested
that.
his wife as well, and they proceeded to sit at the police station for hours on end. The grandmother wasn't even allowed to drop nappies or formula for the baby. I mean, what kind of police service is that?
No, they
So,
completely. It's all about ego with them. It's all about. It was with
oh
them
no,
about.
that was a
But
major power trip.
and especially with ego, this is the thing comes back to parents alienation. Again, it's I think a lot of the times the fighting that goes on, bar the odd few, is a hard lesson in ego. I really do. It's about
Very, very much so. And you'll find it's usually the narcissists who are trying to deflect all the negative, and they're trying to make it stick to the parent who hasn't done anything. So
mm.
100% Ruthie, it's definitely ego.
And lawyers love it. I mean, lawyers. I mean, I'll never
That
forget the one lawyer I had said, no, 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 don't worry, we can sue the grandparents. Apparently, and apparently you can, if it if it gets that bad. But I mean, um, there are fathers and mothers that step up. And I think the greatest sacrifice, I know a woman who basically sent her kids off to Germany. The parents got divorced and the father went to go and live in Germany. And he sent their kids to the father because she knew without a doubt they'd have better education, better hospital, better everything. And she sees them on holidays and she's just incredible. Like, yeah. So, what
it's
your name is very peculiar. We're getting, and I noticed that Maya Snack is gone. Your
Maya
snack
snacks are gone. It was a no, it was just
is it from The
uh,
Simpsons?
no, it's Maya snacks are gone, as in my snacks are gone, as in ludicrous meeting names. I started this when with lockdown actually, because we would all be stuck in Zoom meetings, and out of the out of the myriad of Zoom meetings I've been in since lockdown, I can say maybe 5 of them were necessary. So I started, just for my own entertainment, I'd say like Maya snacks are gone, and I shot the sheriff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it just kind of stuck.
Mine is Apialada. Excuse me while Apialada. I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah,
That's me.
that's
I'm always. I think I know. If yeah, like I'll stop at most bathrooms if I or side of the road. Don't mind me. Yes, I tell you. Anyway, um, yeah. So and it's hard. And the truth is that all parents have choices. All parents have. We had a situation where it's difficult. So it's and I don't know. If, I don't want to get too personal, but you know, and I think parents need to communicate with each other and they need to know what's going on in lives and stuff. Sorry, I've got a few people around, so we can't be on the stream for too long. But parents need to communicate with each other about their children, and if that's impeded by bullshit, then it's a huge problem. It's a huge, huge problem, you
Yeah.
know. Um,
So
like projects and schoolwork and sports and kit bags and organizing extramurals and yeah, it's hectic. Alison Johnson's shame says she's been sick. She's had chest X-rays, been coughing my lungs out for weeks. Ooh, croaky Demi Moore voice. Yeah, no. Listen, it's we still have flu. Look, COVID didn't kill. It's still here. It's not going away. But I mean, like, did we all of a sudden forget there is still things like the flu? There are still things like other diseases, and this is what they're finding, that so many people have neglected going to doctors and hospitals, and now they're finding other things. Um, Everyone else is completely off topic, I'm being told here. Wait, this comment's coming up by Niku. Hold
I
on.
think we are
Um,
just taking a while to read them.
Yeah, everyone else completely off topic. Is any other city province getting a trans representative for the USA to come and implement separate student housing for? No.
Are you serious?
Oh my
Not
god.
that I know of here in the yeah. I haven't heard anything, but I do
I'm
live under a rock, so
I'm just glad. And I hate looking at. I mean, I get a feed on when I Google on the phone or whatever. I see there's headlines, and it's just some of the bullshit that they're trying to impress on us is just I just ignore it completely. Completely. I just don't follow any mainstream media anymore. It just
yeah,
gets me.
yeah.
Um but what was yeah, this is I started watching TG and I started watching the Orville, and I thought, oh, second episode, this looks good. I think the third or fourth, there was a whole thing about changing the baby's gender, the baby. And the character, the captain who Seth MacFarlane plays in, was like clearly against it, and most of the team was. But this judiciary that they had set up said no, it's they must go ahead and do it. Spoiler alert. And I just don't want to watch anymore. I just like I'm done. Like if that and apparently the Orville's quite old. It's not even like new. It's like from like 2-3 years ago. I think I don't know when it was produced, but I'm just like notice Cloitus like this is not cool anymore. Like I'm sick. Oh, and I started watching The Sandman. Brilliant. But then what happens? Again, same thing. Let's push the narrative that this is now the norm and this is now that what happens. And I'm just like, maybe we're the ones living in a like we're not reforming. Like maybe this is really the world. Like, but I don't see it enough. I don't come across it in my daily life. Yes, there's the odd few, but I don't understand why it's being shoved down our throats. It's really,
Because it's
yeah.
easier to change society than it is to change one person, and that's what it's coming down to. So you are basically trying to mindfuck an entire 3 generations here to say the way you've thought about things is wrong. You need to respect this one person in the entire flipping world. You need to respect this one person's feelings and this one person's viewpoint. And so basically, and I'm oversimplifying now, but it's trying to change 7 billion to suit one single person. It's and that's unfortunately that's liberal thinking for you.
No, no, look at this.
So
I identify as a pansexual. I'm not into those non-stick. Very funny, Mr. Dixon. That's your real name. No, I'm kidding. Cameron says Orville is good, but you have to look past the BS. Spoiler: the alien breed change their sex as they want. The planet they come from are only men. Yes, and they show the other part, like they actually show it full circle. So I'd actually like to research what Seth MacFarlane, because he rips stuff all the time. If you watch Family Guy, I mean, I love Brian, I love Stewie. I mean, Stewie's even come out as gay. And look, this is how I hold. If I meet you and you're a good person, I don't care what you fuck. Okay, no, except children, obviously, and animals. Yeah, no, like for
yeah,
real. Like I would
that's
have a problem with that. Actually,
no,
so
that's
what shouldn't
me gladly donating 250 grams worth of leather to you. That's yeah, that's a no
yeah, no.
go.
However, I love how we were talking about alienation and now we're on to the whole. But if you're
Going to start discussing ET next.
Yeah. Like I don't care. Like if you're a good person and you treat me with respect and my partner and whatever, shanana. I'm not gonna have issues with you. But if you try and it's like the same with religion. If you come
To
to me and you
each
start
their own.
to each their own, if you're gonna come hurling your shit down my throat,
No,
gaan mos iemand anders se tyd. I'm not here to hana you all the time. I'm here to maybe share and give you a point of view. But I'm sure as hell not gonna, you know, um, try and make Jehovah's Witness your ass. No, mm-mm,
no,
no.
no, you don't, because once again, we are on different spheres. You,
Yes,
for example, you're Jewish. I'm
mm.
not denominational,
Yeah, you're
and
non-denominational
and but I mean, I respect you for being Jewish, just as you respect me for,
being
worshipping Satan if
non-denominational.
I want to. It's just,
Well, some people
it's
would really take offense to. Who was some? Didn't some dude die recently who was a Satanist? Didn't I hear that somewhere? Some dude, I don't know. Apparently, some, I don't know.
Lemmy has been
Just
dead for years. I don't know.
who?
I'm joking. The
Who's
guy
been dead for years?
Motorhead. Oh, Anton LaVey, he founded the
Oh,
Church of
yeah.
Satan. Yeah, but
Oh,
he's
yeah.
been dead for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
Um,
And what do you think about? I don't know if we're gonna get to the parents. It's a sore topic for me because the parents alienation thing, and I don't know if people. I don't think there are enough people on the stream to talk about kids personally, but I mean, it's messy. It can get so messy, and people just have to be grown ups. Really, it can get so messy. Um, but regarding people, and I hope life is going back to normal. Although I get the feeling it will never be normal again. I think people have.
you know, so
Mm,
many, so many people, government leaders. I think I know of like 4 or 5 who have been, or what? I think I know of 4 or 5 who have gone. Um, public and said in front of God and everybody, or made reference to the Great Reset. So I don't think it's just some children's nightmare. I think they really mean it, and I
mm,
think what 4 years ago for us was normal is no longer there.
mm,
So
mm.
what we're living now is going to be our normal, and they're going to. I think what we're going to see, and this is not conspiracy theory talking, this is just me having observed for the past 2 or 3 years what's been going on. They blasted us with COVID, then it sort of went away, then it was the next thing, then that sort of went away, then it was
Well,
the
now they're
next thing.
trying to push another agenda. Now it's
To
all.
the breaking, they're basically trying to push us to the breaking point to see what will be the thing that makes us give. And it doesn't bode well for anyone, and I know the
Look,
Torah makes reference to it, the Bible certainly makes reference to it, but it goes something like, woe betide the women who are suckling and the women who are pregnant in the coming, in at the end of the world, or the what is it called,
the end of days.
your end of days, yeah. So
You mean
I
the
get
the
flipping,
pocket? No.
I get vibes from that, so um and it does sound far-fetched, but I mean, we've been hit by COVID, and then that sort
Mm,
of went away, but not really. It's sort of been left to simmer, and then to that pot they added now the Ukraine war, and to that pot they now added the monkeypox, and now polio is back. Here's a thought that I
mm.
want to um okay. So, do you know that yes, they have discovered polio, but do you know which polio they've discovered
I
or
don't, but it's what.
rediscovered? Type 2, and that
Okay.
originates in vaccines.
No.
So,
Yes. Wow.
so, so yes, people are acquiring polio, and it's not the non-vaxxers' fault, because here's a news flash.
Mm,
Most of the anti-vaxxers, or the people who are now being classified as anti-vaxxers, they had all their childhood shots. So it's not because they didn't get those childhood shots. They're all shot up. I mean, there wasn't an option for my mom to go, fuck no, you're not injecting my child. It was done at birth.
Yeah.
You used to get the polio drops in the mouth, and then
Okay.
you'd
Yes.
have to
Yes.
go back for subsequent, yeah.
Uh.
So,
And then there's that
and I
whole.
had to have it because both my grandparents on both sets, my paternal grandmother,
Mm,
Granny O'Connell, and my maternal grandmother, Granny Lantieri, they both had a
polio.
polio as children.
Mm.
Yeah,
No,
so
listen.
I had to.
I spoke to the little Irish granny that I adopted last year, and she
Oh,
says compared to polio, I mean compared to polio back when they were kids, uh, this COVID thing, all that it did was cause isolation, and
well,
and
yes. Yes. I mean, back in the day, my gran told me, Granny Trudy, she said her mother sat by her bedside and prayed for her to die because if the few who did survive polio were they were cripples for the rest of their lives. So she rather prayed that her little girl be taken away than having to suffer because they live with immense pain through for the rest of their days. And she said
honestly,
that was not I mean, quality of life that you know. So very much so. It's not. I don't think it's a patch. Look, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't comment more than what I have read so far.
mm,
And compared to the stories that I was told when I was little versus what I'm reading now, and how
mm,
light the symptoms are, Ruthie.
nah, it's
Yeah,
bullshit. I call bullshit, but you know,
I don't think it's
the,
bullshit, but I think it's
no, it's
convenient.
not the
It's
hype
very
around it.
convenient.
It's just it was totally
Yeah.
not necessary. It just and you know it's sad is
Mm.
because of all of what's happened in the last 2 years. The next time something really nasty, and I mean really nasty, maybe like the likes of a Ebola, right? Like something really bad where you'll literally see people dropping in the street, then maybe we'll get a fright and then maybe it will be too late. They've literally cried wolf with this.
So, well,
Or
that is they
maybe
are they are definitely teaching us. It's it's the boy who cried wolf. Yeah. So every time you wow look, then we're just yeah. I think it's sort of they're deflecting our attention from something else, something far more serious.
yeah, and
But
if you want to work down the tinfoil hat, there's all the
until there's proof, this is all conjecture. I'm sure you know. So we can shoot our mouths
mm.
until the men with the black suits and the sunglasses come knocking at our doors. Then, then for
Hey, haven't seen you, meneer. Hoe gaan het? Die
sure.
spanner made a big loss in Africa. Immunes adapt quickly. This happens when you live under government with cuck credibility. Now they have to think out new cuck for their shareholders.
Well, they're not going to think out new cuck film crew. What they're going to do is because they're threatening again that we should go into lockdown for monkeypox. Monkeypox, I might add, which is submitted one way and one way only. But yeah, they want us to. They're threatening that we should go full lockdown again. It's the problem with this government is you can't.
No, look, I
Enough
honestly
is
believe
never
these
enough for
government
them.
this government is thieving puppets. I don't believe they are
You
I
know,
don't. I think they're
it's
honestly puppets. I don't believe they have a shred of credibility or morality or anything that would hold them to account in any proper functioning society. And the truth is, our we have no police force. Let's but bar the odd few good men and women out there, bar
they
very
are.
few, a handful. Okay,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
it's very
Uh,
sad. It's very sad.
I mean, our Minister of Police, the unmitigated
Like,
gall of him to say he doesn't have to account for why there are 20,000 less police officers compared to 2010. He doesn't have to answer. Sorry, what is his role? What is his
mm,
position again?
mm-mm.
And
No, he's
usurping the powers of well, it was Kehla Sitoli at first, and before that it was Ria Piaga or whatever her name was. They were all
Technically.
thieves, and I mean the cadre deployment and the nepotism that ran rife. It's still being maintained to this day. Now he's trying to usurp Fanny Masemola who is not above reproach, I might add, but that's a story for another time and another stream.
Mm.
Trying to usurp his capacity
I mean,
as police commissioner.
I
It's
mean,
um, it's
I,
overreach. It's complete
mm,
and utter fucking
I
overreach.
mean, I remember, like, going back to the parent thing. I mean, when 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 we couldn't see if your kids were in another province, you didn't know when you were going to see them. You had no idea. And then there was that whole thing: can you travel? And people needed. God. Anyway, it just today, funny enough, I thought about all that bullshit. And some people were getting away with. They didn't care. They just got in their cars and did what they had to do.
Mhm.
Um, but I think the true thing about parents is that they need to. I mean, in some cases, I'm blessed. I don't have to deal with my ex because I don't think I have no idea where the man is personally. So that's good on luck. Yay. Um, so in a way, I think it's easier for me. Like, and I've given him chances to be part of our lives and to be a functioning parent. Well, he could never be a functioning parent, I don't think, but I think just a chance to be present, perhaps at an odd
Present, yeah,
occasion,
yeah, yeah,
or an odd. It's never happened.
yeah.
Um, so in a way, I think somehow I see what goes on with parents and fighting and stuff, and I just think, whew, okay, dodged
Hmm.
that bullet, thank God. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. We thought we were going to have a bit of a fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
We can still
what's
have fun. I think we've covered the serious stuff for now. I think.
yeah the serious stuff,
Um,
and I think people are hopefully going back to normal, or trying to pick up the pieces of their lives.
I think
I
they
think
are. I think they are.
I hope they
Yeah.
are. I hope you got to carry on for your kids at least. I think a lot of people, if they didn't have kids, they wouldn't know how to carry on. I think kids, hopefully, to a lot of people, kids keep them focused, and see the goal. You know,
Mm.
I know it's one of my reasons for getting up in the morning, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. one hundred
Um,
percent.
I don't know. Do you think people have turned more to alcohol and drugs? Do you think more things have become? There's more shit going on
I've
with
definitely turned to alcohol. That's a fact. I mean, I hit my, it was my birthday recently, and I got gifted no less than
people.
2 bottles of. Oh no, it was, thank you, 2 bottles of gin, which is like my favorite drink, and I think I hit it pretty hard because after a while, even my husband was raising his eyebrows at me, and that never happens. So yeah, and
But it's also nice to let your hair down.
I actually, you know what? I gave up my 20-year high school reunion for you tonight, just so by the way.
Oh, for moi.
For you.
She's how's that guilt? Listen, no one held a gun to your head, my angel. Nice excuse there. Nice excuse. Yeah, like,
So no, no, I'm not missing much. I promised everyone I'll see them at the 30-year one. Not that I think I'll be alive back then, considering yeah, a number of
what?
things. But anyway, no, no, it was just so I matriculated, and I don't know how many of the people on the stream here knows the place, but it's a seaside town called Mossel Bay. That's where I matriculated, and b- when I went from a tiny high school, and when I say tiny, I mean like 200 kids in the entire school. I went to Point High, and there were like 2,000 kids in that school, and that just blew my mind, my flipping country bumpkin mind. And but I mean, over the years, a lot of us have lost touch. I know I'm certainly not friends anymore with the people with whom I used to be friends back in high school. So it's not really. I would have gone more out of curiosity than for any real desire to bond with anyone. Um, but it's nice to just see how everyone's doing. We've lost quite a few people. One of the girls, and she was actually one of the more rebellious girls, but she was sweet nonetheless. She died in a car accident the year after we matriculated. And then one of our prefects, he was a tall boy. I mean, at the age of 18, he was already, I think, 2.01 meters tall. He died in a shark attack just off the Great Brack River coastline. in 2009, and then it's there would have been some sadness. I know not
Mm.
everybody gets together again after after you graduate, but it is still losses you suffer. I mean, it's people who are no longer there, and especially us, as we approach our 40s, we realize that nothing's permanent. And 20 years ago you were 10 feet tall, bulletproof, and flying was an option, versus now when you are, well, I mean, I'm very crumbly now. I need pills to go to bed. I need pills to get up. I need pills to keep the backache away. I need and
Did you see that meme? Did you see that meme? So of they've got this, they've I think it's the Nurofen ad with they've got they show the body in under UV light where there's an ache and a break and under the joints. We've all seen the Nurofen ad. I'll see if
no,
I can
no.
find it here. And then they see like what the predator sees when he looks at me, and it's all the
Oh
joint
yes,
ache.
that one. I didn't know it was Nurofen one, but yes, I have seen
I
it.
think it's
It's quite
one of
funny.
the. Let's just see here. I'm just trying to find the
Oh,
images, the Nurofen ad.
oh.
Okay, that just comes up with a whole lot of boxes body ad. Okay, hold on.
Here you
But
go. Here you go. Here you go.
have you got it?
Yeah, I'm sending you the link now.
Okay, hold on. You way faster on the buttons.
Oh, lordy lord.
Where did you put it? Where is it?
I'm sending it to you via WhatsApp. I'm just getting a
Oh,
link that
wait, no, I want
works.
to find
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I want to find it. Yeah, wait, I'll find it now. No, it's not coming up. It's not coming up. Why is it not coming up?
I don't know.
Nurofen body ad. Um, what's it? Ultraviolet. Ultra. I don't know what would it X-ray or scope. Anyway, yeah. As you know what I've noticed as I've gotten older, I've become more frightened of heights. Um, no, it's not giving it to me.
It's a
Maybe it's the wrong
legitimate
ad.
fear, hey? It's a
Yeah,
legitimate
it's
fear.
not that like or like the throw. I mean, I remember going to water parks and having a jaw and going again and again when we were in Port Edward and we went to the wild coast and we were on those rides. Thank God a lot of them were right. I properly thought I'm gonna die. Like I really did. I showed when I'm very brave one day, and I'm a lot skinnier, and when I'm happy to show like what I look like in my bathing suit with all my dimples, um, and you see me getting shot by that thing, I properly my heart was in my throat. I thought, no, I'm gonna die. This thing's gonna, yeah, no, I'm gonna break the machine. Um, like when last did you ever? What happened? Ratanga Junction's gone, right?
Yeah, long ago.
No, pity, man.
Yeah, why?
No, so that's the thing. The last time we went to Gold Reef here in Gauteng, um, yeah, it worried me about the maintenance. I'd like look at those bolts and those, with the water rides, like them resting and thinking, I don't know if I can get on this. It's definitely
Oh,
no. Someone saying I should go skydiving.
yeah,
Uh,
you'll do a tandem jump, so don't worry.
What happened to Leonardo DiCaprio or something? He went tandem and the chute didn't open. And then the guy said, okay, brace yourself. We might actually break legs now. But he was okay, thank goodness. He had a
Okay,
bit of pain.
our bot just blew my mind because, yeah, he just muscle dump into a
Most
squirrel.
of them. So
Yeah, that was my high school point high.
he knows it. No, I don't know if I should
Oh,
do I'd love
Lord.
to do it for the experience for sure. Like I'd love to. When my
Listen,
son is
I
mm,
would love to try fucking heroin, but I never will. So, yeah, there
fair
are
enough.
some things you just shouldn't do.
I know someone who sky dived twice. Both times his chute didn't open, then he decided, okay, I'm done. Like they had to be saved with like the second, like the first time, I think he did break his ankle actually, but then he did it again, and then again the same trouble, and he said, okay, this is a sign from God. I'm not putting my mother through this again.
So, funny story. My late uncle and his wife at the time were big into skydiving, right? And they had my cousin Curtis is 3 years older than I am, and they didn't want, or my uncle didn't want another child because he he just said, you know what, I'll give one child everything than having to struggle to, raise multiples. And there was sound logic there. But then my mother got pregnant with my brother, and
Mm.
my aunt, whom we all affectionately called Pinky, got broody. So without telling him,
Your
she
pinky
went off
got
the pill.
broody.
Pinky got broody. Yes.
That could be
And
on the
she
t-shirt.
went off the pill because obviously back then you were fastidious about taking the pill. There wasn't any of the, the injection was more or less unheard of, and
Mm.
everybody was afraid of the loop because by then there were X amount of loop babies having been born. And oh Jesus! All right, that's the last thing I'm saying for the rest of the evening. Anyway, oh fuck, Patrick's and trawlers nogal. You must have given me a dope at some point. Um, I also worked at Patrick's. I used to be the manager there. But anyway,
Mm.
so what was I saying? Oh, brain fart.
You were
Thank you,
talking about
Albert. That was
talk
your
about
fault, by the
how,
way.
how the loop
Oh
and the
yes,
things they weren't
yes,
working.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So so one day they went skydiving, my uncle and aunt,
Mm.
and something went wrong, and we're pretty
Mm.
sure it was her weight. But anyway, something went wrong, and she ended up in a tree with a broken ankle. And when she
Mm.
got to hospital, the doctor tore into my uncle, something fierce. And when my uncle said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "How can you let your pregnant wife skydive?"
Mm. And that's how it came
That's
out.
how my uncle found out that she was
Talk
pregnant.
about talk about reveal party. Fucking hell.
And not just pregnant, she was 6 months along. So, no, she and the
Sure.
baby were fine, obviously, because I have my cousin Sean, and he and I are closer than my brothers and I are. But, yeah, that apparently that's how they did things back then. But,
No, like there's
yeah,
all these crazy
we're
stories of
actually
this woman. Mm?
we're we're a bunch of wusses. I mean, you know, I'm a
I
Generation
think,
X. I'm the last of the Generation X, I think, and yeah, everybody
no,
after us are
definitely.
just a bunch of pussies. I think it sounds
But it's up to us to not, yeah, to raise the kids not like pussies. I
like,
swear.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's it's something I have. I'm pretty happy with my offspring at the moment. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
It will be good.
Well, you only have the
Yeah.
one to worry about. And it's always better having a boy because you only need to worry about one willy. But it's when you have a girl, you have to worry about all the other willies in town.
No, I agree. I
Ask me
think
how I know.
I,
Ask me how I know.
yes, I know. No, no, no. I definitely believe. I think had I given birth to a little girl, I would definitely be grey, completely grey. I mean, I'm going grey, but I'd definitely be. I mean, look, I probably have a step little baba, but at the end of the day, yeah, no, it's important to be open and to discuss things. Not necessarily for me, but when the time comes, there are lots of people she can reach out to. Um, yeah, no. So I don't know. It's just I tell you, we bride. The food is waiting for me. This day just ran away. It just was like a hectic day. And next week's a full week, which I'm really upset about. But
Yeah.
what do you mean? Full screen, please. Oh, okay, hold on. I don't know if I can do this. Wait. How do I hold on? We gotta practice this. Someone needs to come running out the there we go. Okay, you good? Smile and wave. Smile and wave. I'm still here. Carry on.
Mm-mm.
You need to.
Mm.
Someone needs to come and do something. Hold on. Who's walking in
Yes,
the
let's
background
invite
there?
somebody else so that my
Mm.
big fat ugly face isn't. Oh
No,
God,
no, it's
Clint,
not a big
just.
fat ass.
Oh.
What? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, we're going back
Yeah,
to.
I just want to
It's
respond
fine.
to
You
Cam
can't
because
see.
he's
Mm.
saying he
Fine.
disagrees. He thinks one willy can make 5 to 10 women pregnant in a night. Yes, but the product of the pregnancies won't come home with the son. It will go with the little girls. So yeah, and it's innocent until proven guilty.
Mm. All right. Or have you seen that crazy show? I sometimes see like the short, the YouTube short where the guy they have pregnancy tests, like who's the daddy, and then there's a judge. It's like a Judge Judy, but it's with some judge, and they have paternity tests, and it's just it's a shit.
Oh yes, 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 yes,
And then
yes.
it's
Paternity court.
emotional.
Yeah.
Mm. Like
Um.
we're so far behind. We need one of those in our country, actually.
Yeah. Lauren Lake's paternity court. That was the name. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty rough. That was some Jerry Springer shit. I think I accidentally started watching one on YouTube out of sheer boredom, and I had to switch over very, very quickly because I mean, gosh, 13 and 14-year-olds going on that show. I thought South Africa had a problem. It's not
No,
a
but we do.
patch
But we
compared to
do.
what's going on. No, I mean, oh yeah.
No, listen,
Anyway, anyway,
yeah. I mean, look, these things do happen, and I mean, I had that friend of mine on from school,
yeah,
um, who had to give up her baby. But yeah, she did the right thing, and yeah, you know. But yeah, this is so hectic. Like we you know, like it's a bit of a the depot. We're talking serious things here tonight. We are. Have you read any? Getting signals from TG. We apparently need to cut the stream soon. But yeah, it was lovely checking in. I don't know. We need to. We need to not. Maybe we need to rehearse and really concentrate on what we really want to talk about. I just think there's lots of shit in the world, and we just need to keep our heads, people. Keep our heads. Keep our heads.
yeah,
What's
yeah. We
running?
do.
Who's running?
But we need to, yeah, I think we need to just try and reach out to each other and just
Plan something a little
keep
bit
tabs on
better.
each other. Yeah, well, no, not just that, but I mean, it is rough, and maybe having a stream like this one is helping to helping to keep people sane. It's not just moord and doodslag all the time. There are some happy things that happen, and there's some shit shooting that can be done, and you know. I'm off all forms of social media, but I have kept Twitter just
Mm.
because I fucking love trolling gun-free essays. That's just what I live for at this stage.
Oh dear, well, you've
It's
admitted
just
it now. Well, you've
no,
admitted
it's
it now.
no, but who's gonna know? Who's gonna know? Like who's
Just
gonna know it's
admitted it.
me? I admitted it, but there is a number of people who troll gun-free essay. Trust me.
No, no, sure, okay.
Trust me, it's not just Claire and Adele isn't just in my they're not just in my sites. A lot of people have a lot to say about them. But anyway, it's yeah, we need to not lose sight of the fact that, everything is temporary, and maybe it's cuck right now, but there are still some fun things
I think
going
as
on,
long as
and
we have hope, and that's the one wonderful thing about
I
us South
think so.
Africans,
I
we do
think
have
so.
hope. Eh? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we do have hope. We watch second halves of Test rugby games. We definitely have hope. Um,
Listen, I don't know about you, but that haka was fucking scarier tonight than it's ever been in my life before. But that might
I
have just
didn't.
been me.
I need to go back and watch it. I was in and out getting drinks
I'm
for the mana.
so tempted to learn the haka, but a part of me is saying that's a
Yeah,
bad idea
yeah.
because it's cultural appropriation. But see, my tongue can touch my nose, so I think I'll just be that much better than it.
Okay. So I do me now.
See, shit
Anyway,
talking. This is what we need more of. But yeah, go and frit. I'm going to. I'm
yeah.
gonna go
It's
and bug my
we've been
husband.
talking shit for how long? How long has this been on for? Wait, let me check.
50 minutes.
Yeah, no,
50
it's
minutes.
way too long talking cuck. But yeah, we've got
You guys
till
heard
school.
this. This is Ruth cutting the stream short. Can you believe it? She's tired of talking shit. That is
No,
a
no,
first.
I've been,
That is
I've
a
got things.
first.
My pup and my sauce and my Vorsius coat. You know, my horse is all cold. It's like not good, eh? Not good. But
Bye
yeah,
everyone in the
we should have a
comments.
rock stream maybe. I found the most amazing place here in Pretoria, talking rock, and it's just yeah. I
Oh,
think
well,
it's
we can get Jeff on because Jeff is a qualified jeweler and he did gemology and all of that kind of stuff. So
that's not what I'm talking. Not those rocks. Not geology. Not I'm
I
talking
was I was
good
being
old rock
facetious,
and
but
roll.
thank you.
I know you're being facetious.
But
Yeah, no.
yeah, maybe we can get him on sometime to talk about
Even ye old Cameron. Cameron's also got way knowledge. Way
Oh
knowledge.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, guess
Jeff's
what?
Jeff
Yeah.
Jeff put me onto Tool, so Tool is currently my
Oh,
favorite
Tool's
band.
brilliant. Tool's
Yeah.
lovely. Tool's very
Yeah,
cool.
especially like Numa. I think I've played it on repeat 11 times this week.
I'm not so good with song names. It's like
Oh,
people's. I know
Numa is
your face.
amazing.
I just won't remember your fucking name.
You were
That
saying
song.
before I so rudely interrupted you.
I'm sorry, I interrupt you. It's my thing. Forgive me. What was I saying? I'm saying I need to. I don't want to leave, but yeah.
Cameron, fuck off. I mean, I love you, but fuck off. Telling me tools sucks. That's for you.
Each to their own. Imagine we all like the same fucking thing. Imagine we all like Britney Beers. No, if we all liked that cock, or we all liked what's it, 2 ounce freedom, what they called? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, thank God we all look different. We are different. We're all able to like different things, and there are lids for all of us out there. We might not perfectly fit together, but there are lids for all of us. Okay. What did I just say that you are laughing? Goodbye, everybody.
I'm
Have an
laughing at all of
awesome.
you.
Remember, listen. This is the weather girl talking now. Monday, Tuesday. Wait, it gaan koud wees, nee? Don't go to work in a skimpy top and freeze your ass off. It's going to be cuck cold, and then hopefully we'll be looking into the spring of summer. Okay, I'm finishing now. Okay, goodbye. Love
Wait,
you all. Bye, bye.
Before you go, Matthew, is Matthew on the Telegram group?
I can't get into my Telegram group. My own Telegram
Okay.
group.
Well, Matthew, if you're on the Telegram group, just send me
What's
your
it called?
details, and I'll
Rebellious?
make contact regarding that book that you're writing.
Yes, rebellious
Um,
group. It's called the. I don't even think it's called the rebellious Ruth group. It's a rebellious group. Oh my soul! I
why
have to
can't you
get
get on it?
because my phone crashed. Like boom, and I
Did
can't
your
even
phone
switch.
crash?
But I need
Then
to log
somebody
on
must.
via the computer now. I need to be
Uh,
clever. Okay, I have
oh,
to. I have to go and eat my dinner.
yeah. Okay. Bye.
You can stay on. With pleasure.
No, I don't want to stay on. No. Everybody,
Bye,
this is
lovely
your stream.
people. Have an
Toodles.
awesome Sunday. Cheers. See you next time. Bye.